So we are live on YouTube. I'll also be sharing the link over here. And without wasting much more time, let me just pass the baton to Luis. He's the one who's going to take us through today's topic on is cryptocurrency a good investment? I'll be coming back with news and also announcement. If you have any question, remember to drop it on the chat room. I'll be there answering any question you might have. There's no stupid question. Ask anything you feel you want to understand. If this is your first time to join Bitcoin 101, we do this every Saturday at 10, where we just come up with one topic, we share with people, and we just share our views, and also we share the updates, news updates that are happening across the globe. So let me just pass the baton to Luis. He's going to take us through today's session. Is cryptocurrency a good investment? I'll be coming back with the news. So welcome all, and Luis.
All right, thank you so much, Lawrence, for the introduction. At least for the session today, it's of course it's good energy. It's a good chilly morning, but we are very warm. So today I thought to just share an idea or share basically reasons why, because I'm sure many people have been asking whether they should consider cryptocurrency as an investment. So, and I think I saw some discussion yesterday also that are going on about whether it's really good for someone to put in their money into cryptocurrency. But I usually like what we do here at Decrypt, we focus first on why you should actually get into cryptocurrency before even putting any coin to it, because I just need to know a few basics. So this session today is just to give you like just a small idea, just to help you look at the bigger picture without missing out, or whether you choose to stay out, at least you stay out knowing you've made a decision on the right information. That is what we keep insisting. So I wouldn't take much time. Let me just go straight to my slide. What I wanted to share. So the topic of today is cryptocurrency a good investment? So let's find basis for the discussion. Let's not just talk from the air. Let's look at the basics of what we're talking about. So let me share my screen. And always remember, these are recorded session, so you can always have a look at this later. I think Lawrence has shared the link on YouTube on the chat. So if anyone wants to learn something new, you can always come here. We don't charge anything. It's a free session whereby you get to learn, because the only thing you require is your attention. That is what you need to pay. So I chose to say 2 reasons to invest into cryptocurrency, and I also give you 3 reasons not to, just to be neutral, because I don't want to take sides, because anybody coming into our industry needs to be given the whole view. We just don't talk about the good, we talk about the good and the bad. So based on this session, you'll at least make an informed decision whether you choose to be part of it. So as you can see, not an investor must always look for the right asymmetry between risk and reward, because it all boils down to risk and reward. How much are you willing to risk for a reward? We usually hear about these things about there's nothing, everything in life is a risk. So if you look from this guy called Howard Marks, who is a successful investor with a great reputation for being the largest investor in distressed securities worldwide. He says something about investment, and of course, anybody investing is always looking to make a profit. So, with that said, he said the goal in investing is asymmetry. Asymmetry meaning you have to like consider both sides. If you have if you have an apple, if you cut it to half, that's if you cut it asymmetrically, they should be equal. Both halves should be equal. So to expose yourself to return in a way that doesn't expose your consumingly to risk, and to participate in gains when the market raises to a greater extent than you participate in losses when it fails. So it's just trying to weigh in the two sides. How much are you willing to risk, and how much are you willing to expect in gains? So once you've seen that, that should be your goal. You minimize your risk and increase your upside. So in terms of cryptocurrency, and I'll be giving you the 2 points why you should consider cryptocurrency, and 3 points why you should not consider if you fall into that category. So reading from that quote I just read up there, you could make the mistake of not looking only for investments with virtually no risk. So if you are thinking, or if you're ever thinking of making a profit or a gain in anything, always have the aspect of loss somewhere. And of course, we know Warren Buffett. I know maybe somebody can share on the chat his famous quote from Warren, one of his famous quotes. If you can't just share on the chat, I know it. Maybe we can have this a bit interactive. One of the best quotes that Warren Buffett is known for, maybe you can share on the chat, then I will read on it later. So it would be a mistake to make the complete absence of risk, of loss, an objective. So the last part of his quote, he says, but that doesn't mean the avoidance of all losses is a reasonable objective. Take another look at the goal of asymmetry set out above. It talks about achieving a preponderance of gain over loss, not avoiding all chance of loss. So you cannot avoid something because you had people are losing, or there's a loss. You should just see how you can minimize that loss to get the benefit. So that's what we're talking about. I know this perhaps the first approach doesn't talk anything about cryptocurrency, but we should look it now in terms of an investment. That's why I'm trying to get us to the point of seeing this as an investment. So that an investor must look for asymmetry in the sense of reward, keeping in mind that loss is always possible. It must be accepted, and the risk of loss must be minimized. So that is the key essence. So this particular diagrams, as you can see, give you a pictorial view. So you should consider at least 5 to 10% risk of putting into something, and then the reward should be at least what, 10 to 100 times more. That is what it means. So minimize the risk for an upside potential. And I'll give you the 2 reasons why you should actually consider cryptocurrency as a good investment, and also 3 reasons why you should not consider it at all if you are not agreeing with the 3 points, the 2 points I'm talking about now. So number 1, cryptocurrency could be the next big thing. That's why you should actually consider cryptocurrency as an investment. So it's true that cryptocurrency could potentially change the world as we know it. Crypto is a global currency. It can be used for transactions across countries without having to pay high fees. That is true, which could potentially revolutionize the banking and financial services industry. So that is the key element that maybe one should take note. It could be the next thing in terms of what banking and financial services industries. That is what cryptocurrencies are disrupting. So the fact that it could be the next thing, so that means it's an opportunity. It could be, that is the word. So right now, cryptocurrency isn't widely accepted around the world, but as more merchants, that is traders in business, start accepting it as a form of payment, it could potentially have an enormous impact on society. So by investing now, you could get in on the ground floor, meaning you are basically minimizing you're putting in a small amount when it's not overblown. So that is so to speak. So Bitcoin, and remember, I'm not talking only about Bitcoin here. I'm talking about the general cryptocurrency ecosystem. This was just a topic for us to define whether cryptocurrency is a good investment. So there are very many cryptocurrencies. I don't want to go into that topic for now. For now, just looking at cryptocurrency as a viable investment. And in this case, Bitcoin being the first cryptocurrency could be, as you can see, could be referred as the digital gold because there is a limited number of coins that can be created. Supporters of Bitcoin say this scarcity increases its value, which could also give up to its price. So that is another topic of scarcity and the tech side of Bitcoin that you should take time and learn. So that is number 1. The fact that it could be the next big thing. That is the reason why you should consider. Secondly, it could help diversify your portfolio. That is point number 2. So if you're eager to get involved in crypto space, it may not hurt to invest a small portion of your portfolio in cryptocurrency. That is what it means. In fact, diversifying into a new industry can give you the incentive to better understand crypto and how it works. After all, it's often easier to research unfamiliar topics when you have the skin in the game. So once you put in a small amount of of your holdings into crypto, you will take more time to understand. And the better you understand crypto, the better decisions you'll be able to make going forwards. And the most prudent strategy, as we've seen, is to include at least 5 to 10% of your portfolio. Of course, you can do more, but 10% I think is should be the most reasonable. So just be sure you are only investing money you can afford to lose. That is what we always ask, because there is it's highly volatile, this particular asset. So highly volatile meaning within no time you can see minus 50% corrections or plus 50% correction. So depending on how you play it, you have to know that it's highly volatile. So in addition, choose your investment wisely. Not all cryptocurrencies are created equal. So if you choose to invest, you must do your homework to make sure you are buying the right one for your situation. So that is what now the kind of time you should put in. And we actually, myself and Lawrence here at Decrypt, that's what we do. We basically look at we look at the entire ecosystem, and we know which cryptocurrencies to get into. But that requires training, which we also do. So 2 reasons that we've given you. It could be the next big thing, and also it could help you diversify your portfolio. That's why you could use that to consider it investing into the space. So just a summary of comparing Bitcoin and other traditional assets over the 10 years, you can see if you did get into Bitcoin 10 years ago, on the left side of your screen, 10 years ago in Bitcoin has so far given somebody 244,000% in increment. So meaning if you had $1, it is now that $1 would be $244,000, so to speak. That is in terms of percentage, and also in USD. If you compare it with gold, 10 years ago it's plus 17%. If you look at the S&P, that is S&P 500, that is the Wall Street, the trading indexes, it is plus 222%. But of course, there are very many risks involved in it. That's why you should always look to investing in what you're able to lose. But those are just a summary of comparing Bitcoin, gold, and S&P in terms of increment. So that is that. Now, why you should avoid cryptocurrency? Why you should actually don't even think of investing? So the one reason, it's extremely volatile. So if you basically are not very comfortable with volatility, avoid cryptocurrency. One of the biggest risks of investing in crypto is extremely volatile. Bitcoin, for example, lost roughly 80% of its value in the last bear market. 80% of its value, and continues to experience turbulence regularly. At the moment, this year alone, I think we've seen like close to 50% correction. That is how Bitcoin is. So if you are the risk averse type, investing in crypto could be incredibly stressful. And actually, it can be stressful. You can actually have sleepless nights. Even if cryptocurrency does succeed over the long run, which is far from guaranteed. Of course, time has to tell. Not all investors have the stomach to deal with the short-term ups and downs. And for that, just stick to what you know. Secondly, it's highly speculative. That is the second reason. The second reason why you should not invest. Nobody knows how cryptocurrency will perform over time. Even some of the biggest names in finance can't agree on whether crypto is a good investment. To some extent, speculation is a factor to consider in any investment. Of course, I think this is what maybe most people don't want to always agree. Anything in investment is a form of speculation. It doesn't matter whether it's land, whether it's stocks, whether it is a form of speculation, because you are speculating into the future promise or gain in value. So Bitcoin is only a different, rather cryptocurrency. Even if you're investing relative safe stock from well-established companies, there's no guarantee those stocks will continue to perform over the long run. So in this case, Bitcoin is very different. and cryptocurrencies. However, as I finish with point number two, cryptocurrencies are far riskier than most stocks because they are relatively a new type of investment. We are in enchanted territory right now, so it's uncertain whether cryptocurrencies will find a place in society or whether they fail by the wayside in a few years. That uncertainty makes crypto a high risk investment. So we know very well the usual saying, a high risk, a high returns. Remember that's earlier, which was the most the common the known quote for Warren Buffett. Let me check whether it's been put on the chat because I think it goes well with where we are right now. Let me see whether there is that. I think okay, that's about which was the quote that Warren Buffett is known for. Which quote is Warren Buffett known for in terms of investing? Because I think he's one of the best person in terms of compounding in stocks and commodities. So reason number three, as I come to the close of this session, is that there are risks involved in owning crypto. Aside from risk of crypto as an investment, there are also risks involved in owning and keeping cryptocurrency itself. Cryptocurrencies do not trade on traditional stock market exchanges. Rather, they are bought and sold through crypto exchanges, and you need a special digital wallet to hold your coins. So these were now people are basically stuck to the known way of doing things. So if you are comfortable and don't want change, you actually shouldn't consider cryptocurrencies. Just stick to the traditional ways of investing. So digital wallets aren't immune to hackers. That is the other thing. So it's a chance your coins could be stolen. In addition, if you forget your password on your online wallet, have no way to access the investment, of course, your good as gone. So in summary, weighing the pros and cons in terms of getting into cryptocurrency, there are advantages and there are disadvantages of investing into currency. But ultimately, whether you choose to invest, it will depend largely on your tolerance for risk. So once you've established your tolerance of risk, you can actually make good gains. If you're willing to take high levels of risk and believe cryptocurrency may be the next big thing, it may not have to add a small amount of a portfolio into it. Otherwise, if you agree with the three reasons, whether that it's volatile, it's highly speculative, it's too risky, then don't even think about getting into crypto. So I think that summarizes my session today, whether cryptocurrency is a good investment. So once you know, as I redo it again, if you believe crypto is the next big thing and you want to diversify your portfolio, then of course consider investing into cryptocurrency. But if you are fearful of volatility, you don't like speculation, and you are of course you are not sure about the risk, then don't get into crypto. So I think that summarizes my session. Let me see whether that question has been answered about Warren Buffett. He said, I think, something about, let me see whether it's something. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Lawrence. He says, be greedy when everyone is fearful and be fearful when everyone is greedy. It's a simple statement, but it has a lot of weight in it based on what we are doing in terms of cryptocurrency. So with that, I think that summarizes my session, and I hope that has given you a broader look in terms of how to engage in such a new assets class that we have. So let me send the hosting right back to Lawrence so that you can check out the news of what stood out this week. So thank you, and bye-bye.
So thanks, Luis, for that brief topic on is cryptocurrency a good investment? I think it's one of the questions that I get to be asked by a whole lot of people. Of course, people are fearful because a whole lot of stories out there is that I put my money in cryptocurrency, I've lost my money and stuff. So, but it's good. The reason is why for us at Decrypt, we insist on learn before you invest is because information will give you the right, will put you in the right place to make the right decisions. We've been in the crypto space, I think this is our 5th year, and it's been an amazing journey. Of course, we've seen all the highs and lows of crypto. We've seen the 80% correction where like you open your wallet and you look at it and you're like, oh God, what is happening, you know? And the quote by Warren Buffett works a lot, because you'll find that when we are telling people this is the right time to invest, that's the time they don't want. I was telling people to buy Bitcoin when it was $3,200 in 2018. When Bitcoin hit 60,000, some of the guys I had told to buy Bitcoin at 3,000, they started calling me. And they're asking me, is it the right time for me to invest? And I tell them, hell no. Don't put your money right now, because we are expecting another correction. So information is good. Now to the news, let me just go direct to what has been happening across the globe in terms of crypto news. In case you have any question, just drop it on the chat room so that we can also share with you. And of course, I start with these news over here. And I hope it's visible enough. There's a survey that was done, and you can read over there, financial advisor survey, and it's 26% of financial advisors recommend cryptocurrency over the next 12 months. We're talking, Louis' topic was what? Is cryptocurrency a good investment? And I think this is something we've been looking forward to, where we see people who are in the financial markets talking about investing in cryptocurrency or putting part of their portfolio in the cryptocurrency space. And it's growing rapidly, and I like the fact that a lot of people are looking forward to putting part of their portfolio. Like Louis said, you can put between 5 to 10% as you start part of your portfolio. Once you gain confidence, you can go full board on it. So a recent survey of financial advisors and their investment strategies show a significant shift of embracing cryptocurrency. More than 26% indicated that they plan to increase their recommendation of cryptocurrencies over the next 12 months. Furthermore, 49% of advisors said that clients have asked them about investing in cryptocurrency in the last 6 months. So you can see the pressure is not even coming from financial advisors, it's from their own clients. Why? Because news are trending everywhere. And of course, you as a person, as a financial advisor, there are people who look up to you when it comes to recommendation on what to invest in. And if you're not talking about cryptocurrency, and I'm here, you're my financial advisor, I'm here and I'm seeing, or each and every other time I'm waking up, there's news about Bitcoin, of course, I'll put pressure on you for you to go do research and study whether it's good for us to invest. Apparently, if you ask your bank managers and most of financial advisors here in Kenya, they will tell you, don't touch Bitcoin. I think this is some of the things I usually do. I go and ask a lot of like bank managers, can you recommend I touch cryptocurrency? And most of them are like, do not touch cryptocurrency, it's gambling. Do not touch cryptocurrency, it's a bubble. You know, it's a fad. And I'm like, why don't they just put part of their time to study and understand where the world is going? So my second news, of course, there was a correction just recently where Bitcoin moved from $68,000 to currently one Bitcoin is at 33,000. You can see on the screen is at 33,890 USD. So it moved almost half, 50%, and this was in May 15th, around May 15th there. We were at a high of 68,000. Right now we are at 33,000. And of course, a lot of people are like, we are entering a bear market. So weak hands are selling off their Bitcoins. But you can see strong hands are accumulating Bitcoin in massive amounts, according to on-chain analyst Will Clement. Who are strong hands? We're gonna learn as we go. I think I have some few news on who is buying Bitcoin as Bitcoin is correcting. So you can see in the last 30 days, long-term holders have added 579,940 Bitcoins to their holding. How much is that? Let's just see. Let me just copy paste these, and then 579,940. Let's see how much money is that. 579,540. So they've put over $19 billion in the last 30 days. This from the strong hands. As weak hands are selling, strong hands have put $19 billion, $19.6 billion in the last 30 days. So, and this is the reason that's why I tell people, do you know the best time of you investing in cryptocurrency? Is it when the markets are going up, or is it when the markets have corrected downwards? So to my next news, of course, despite regulatory uncertainty, India crypto investment surges 600% in 1 year. We all know that India has been, there's a debate that has been going on in India. Do we crack down on people who are doing Bitcoins and cryptocurrency? Do we come up with the regulation and stuff? So amidst all that uncertainty, you can see crypto investment in India surges 600% in 1 year. So a whole lot of people are getting to put money, part of their portfolio, in cryptocurrency in India. Moving from there, we go to Germany, of course, and Germany, of course, the news there is Germany opens door floodgates to Bitcoin investing. Good news coming from all over the world. Of course, this came after, I think there was some news in Germany about crypto regulation. And of course, if the government is talking about crypto regulations and looking forward to coming up with law to really mitigate how people trade and stuff, interest grows. So, of course, there's something I wanted to say, to read over here. It's here. Germany is the only jurisdiction so far as we are aware, to remove this restriction, but only for special funds which generally are not accessible to the public. So there's a conversation going on there in terms of regulation and how to deal with cryptocurrency. And of course, most governments don't want to be very harsh on the laws they're coming up with, so that they can have Bitcoins, people putting more money in cryptocurrency, which will be good for the economy. From there, we go to El Salvador. We all know El Salvador, I think it's the second country to accept Bitcoin as a legal tender. People are saying the first, but I know Japan, I think at some point, Japan had announced that they will treat Bitcoin as a legal tender. So I usually say it's the second one, not the first one. Of course, it confirms 1,500 Bitcoin ATMs will be installed. Bitcoin ATMs will be installed in El Salvador just to help roll out the crypto, to roll out Bitcoin acceptance and also access in their country, because they announced that Bitcoin will be a legal tender. I think the government also is giving a drop of $30 to any person who will download Bitcoin wallet in El Salvador. Just pray and hope Kenya can do the same, and other parts of Africa. Then from there, we go to Mexico, and billionaire Salinas wants to make Mexico's first Bitcoin accepting bank. Of course, these are people who sometimes back they were anti-Bitcoin. Bitcoin is 12 years old, and of course they have seen it's not going anywhere. So despite falling prices, Salinas is incredibly bullish about world's biggest cryptocurrency, which is Bitcoin. And of course, he is looking forward to making one of his bank accept Bitcoin, From there, we come to Africa and Nigeria. Of course, a Nigerian secondary school will accept crypto payments despite regulatory uncertainty. We know the government of Nigeria is planning to come with what we call CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency, by December 2021, this year. And of course, we've seen, like in China, and I'll be talking about China in a few minutes, what happened is that when China gave out digital yuan, they started frustrating people who are dealing with decentralized cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Why? Because they want to push their digital yuan to people. So restrictions, they have chased miners out of China. And this was one of the major reasons as why Bitcoin corrected downwards just last month. So we believe one day digital money will gain more acceptance than paper money, said school director Musa Haruna. So this is one of the schools in Nigeria that has accepted cryptocurrency. You can pay your fees over there with crypto. Coming back just to our neighbors over here, Tanzania. We all know the late Magufuli had banned cryptocurrency in Tanzania. But recently, President Samia Suluhu Hassan, positive stance on crypto could see Tanzanian central bank reversing its previous cryptocurrency prohibition. So they had banned cryptocurrency, but of course, 2 weeks ago, Madam Suluhu told central bank governor to take a look again at cryptocurrency, because that's where the world is heading. That's where the world is heading. So from there, we go to of course, some survey also that was done. We were talking about, is it good to invest in cryptocurrency? So most of my news are geared towards that direction. And you can see number of unique addresses holding BTC on the network hits a 4-week high. So you know. So as Bitcoin corrected downwards, you can see more people are buying Bitcoin for long term as an investment, not as traders, not day trading. These are people who are putting in money for long term, from there, we go to, of course, USA, and we all know Senator Cynthia Lummis backs crypto for US retirement. She's one of the biggest crypto enthusiasts. And of course, last week, I think we shared some news where she was like, she is buying the Bitcoin dip. Because for us at $33,000, that's a Bitcoin dip. It's a Bitcoin. We don't expect Bitcoin to go lower than maybe $29,000. So of course, people know. For her last week, she was like, "I'm excited. I'm putting in more money during this Bitcoin dip." That's what she said last week. And you can see again, she is proposing that, of course, people can use Bitcoin as a way to diversify as an asset allocation in the U.S. citizens. Retirement plan. These are good news we see coming from the US. So, of course, we all know Robert Kiyosaki. In some other news, he talked about the biggest crash in the world history is coming. And I think this because if we all know, there's a podcast I was listening to, and it was said that I think over 40% of all circulating USD was printed in the last 12 months since COVID time. So you can imagine inflation comes because, number one, fiat currency is unlimited. Government can keep on printing money without even asking nobody. So the Fed, I think they have printed over, was it $7.9 trillion since COVID time? And of course, people who are like Robert Kiyosaki, Warren Buffett, and these other big billionaires, they know what will happen. The dollar will lose its value because of inflation. So Robert says Bitcoin can help endure this. If you follow him, he's been, since he came to the crypto space, he's always saying buy Bitcoin, buy gold, and buy silver. He's a real big investor also in real estate. And he believes that the next crash will be so huge. So you can hedge yourself by only buying Bitcoin, gold, and silver. So we talked about, is it good to invest in cryptocurrency? These are some of the people we follow, and you can see their view. So from there, we go to one of the biggest hedge funds in the whole world, Grayscale. And you can see crypto holding rises $1.1 billion as Bitcoin keeps recovering. So it's one of the hedge funds that have been investing in Bitcoin for the longest time possible ever. I think they are holding over 100,000 Bitcoins, if I'm not wrong. They are holding over 100,000 Bitcoins since they started buying Bitcoin. And of course, for them, they have made more money holding Bitcoin in 2 years than they did over the last 10 years. So crypto is good investment because you can see as they diversify, there's a reason as to why they are doing that, being in the space for so long. From there, one of the another major reason as to why Bitcoin corrected in May is because Elon Musk, the second most wealthiest man in the whole world, made a tweet about Bitcoin usage of energy. And of course, he had said you can buy Tesla car using Bitcoin, and then he withdrew that because he believed that Bitcoin miners don't use green energy. And of course, there's a report that was done just the other day. Use of green energy for Bitcoin mining increased up to 52.2% in 2021. So you can see Bitcoin currently is using more of clean energy than what Elon Musk had tweeted. So from there, we go to UK. And of course, I talked about CBDC, central bank digital currency. And UK Chancellor names central bank digital currency on the list of financial reforms for Treasury. So I think this is something we'll see in the next 5 to 10 years, a whole lot of countries. And I was reading another article, over 84% of all central banks are looking forward to coming up with a CBDC. This is just your normal fiat currency, but in a digital format given from the central bank. So while I believe in the power of technology, yesterday my quote was like, never bet against technology. So people who have banned Bitcoin, I don't think, I think they are just betting against themselves, not against cryptocurrency and blockchain. So we also need to manage its impact on our economy and society. So this is the UK Chancellor on matters CBDC, central bank digital currency. From there, we go to China. And I said there was a crackdown. China did a crackdown on miners and people who are holding cryptocurrency. And the reason as to why they did this is because they are pushing their central bank digital yuan. So in Beijing, you're using the subway. Now you can pay using their digital yuan. So Beijing's rail transit service now accepts digital yuan for subway rides through an integration with the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China. And last week also, we mentioned that China also installed 1,500 digital yuan ATMs in Beijing. So they're pushing hard. They're pushing hard when it comes to their central bank digital currency. And this is the reason as to why they are banning Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency. From there, we go to France. And a French central banker calls for urgent crypto regulation. We don't have much time left. I love that. So of course, the beauty about cryptocurrency is that it's decentralized. Whether the government says don't use crypto or not, they don't have power or control over that because they don't know even how much you're holding. It's decentralized. Unlike when you're holding your money in the bank, they can call the bank and ask how much money does Lawrence has. Can you close or can you close his bank account and stuff? With crypto, you can use Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies anywhere in the world. I call it freedom money. So for people who understand crypto well, you know, it gives you freedom to really do what you want to do, and you become your own custodian with your cash. From there, we go to JP Morgan and Chase. Just 1 second, let me close this. So from there, we have a competitor of Coinbase. Coinbase is one of the biggest crypto exchanges in the US. They usually operate in US and UK, not yet in Africa, where you can buy or you can trade Bitcoin. You can buy or sell your Bitcoin. So we have another company called Strike. And I think this is very exciting for people who are in the US because Strike to offer no-fee Bitcoin trading, taking aim at Coinbase and Square. So I saw a lot of tweets about Strike yesterday when they announced this, like you can trade with no fee, because we all know exchanges make their money out of fees. So if Strike will do this, I think it's a big competitor to Coinbase in the US, and I think it will have a very major impact also when it comes to Bitcoin adoption and growth in the US. From there, we go to UK, and Binance is the biggest Bitcoin exchange in the whole world, and also operates also in Kenya, one of the major exchanges we also use. And Binance resumes fiat withdrawals via faster payments in the UK. So as more people are getting to adopt, now you can buy, you can deposit fiat, and you can also withdraw fiat if you are in UK through Binance. This is quite major news. And I think it will have also a very positive impact to people who are in the United Kingdom. From there, we go to China. And of course, like I said, China banned mining. It was one of the biggest mining, Bitcoin mining country in the whole world, because miners look where there is more affordable power, because Bitcoin mining consumes a whole lot of power. So China, they use coal. And we had a lot of miners in China. But there was a crackdown 2 weeks ago. And Michael Saylor, this is the CEO of MicroStrategy. And this guy, when it comes to Bitcoin, is on another level. You can follow him on Twitter. And he buys Bitcoin like there's no tomorrow. I think right now he is at 105,000 Bitcoins in his holding. 2013, this gentleman called Bitcoin, he said it's like gambling. Today, he's the biggest Bitcoin fan, and he put, I think, 90% of all his wealth in Bitcoin. I think it was 90%, it's 90%. He sold part of his gold and put in Bitcoins. For him, he's a Bitcoin maximalist. He's gone all in. And of course, this week he said China made a $1 trillion mistake by ousting Bitcoin miners. And a whole lot of, if you go online and check, a lot of miners are moving now from China to countries like Kazakhstan to go and set up their Bitcoin mining machines over there. And this is one of the things that brought the correction when China did this. So by ousting the Bitcoin miners from its borders, China made a $1 trillion mistake, argued the CEO of MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor. So because you can imagine if a country is mining Bitcoin, like today, if Kenya says Bitcoin is accepted, and we start accumulating Bitcoin without fear of banks closing our accounts and stuff, and we are accumulating Bitcoin at $33,000. If Bitcoin moves to $100,000, that's money that will have come to the economy because of just what? Bitcoin growth. And these are some of the things you see. US also, they were so against Bitcoin mining. Now we have some states, after China banned Bitcoin mining, we have some states that are saying we accept miners to come and also do make their warehouses and stuff over here. So there's one news I wanted to read about JP Morgan here. Just one second. JP Morgan. We all know JP Morgan is one of the biggest banks in the whole world. And of course, these are when we ask who are putting a lot of money in the crypto space, who are buying Bitcoin, how other people are exiting. I wanted to share about JP Morgan because I read, yeah, it's here. JP Morgan, yeah. Ethereum is the second biggest cryptocurrency, as we all know. And of course, JP Morgan bullish on Ethereum staking, forecasts growth. And the analysts are talking about the investment bank predicts staking rewards will hit over 40 billion by 2025. So them being one of the biggest banks in the whole world. I remember in 2017, they called Bitcoin a bubble. In 2018, they apologized. In 2019, they came up with their own cryptocurrency, which I don't think has gone anywhere at the moment. So, of course, they are talking about Ethereum being one of the biggest competitor of Bitcoin. We all know Bitcoin is the biggest in terms of market cap. The second one is Ethereum. So, of course, we look forward to what will happen. I think Ethereum 2.0 is being upgraded this July. So let's see the effects it will have also in on the price of Ethereum. It's something we are looking forward to. So those are the news I wanted to share today. And to the announcement, I'm excited to tell you this. We are having a partnership with one of the biggest exchanges, Bitcoin exchanges in Kenya. It's called Belfrix. And they have given us some exciting, they give us a very exciting proposition. And I wouldn't mind to share with you as people who come for Bitcoin 101. So I'll be sharing more on the same, but it's a very good, exciting investment partnership that we're going to do with Belfrix. The whole of this July, I'll be talking about it. I don't want to disclose more, but it's exciting because it's an investment where you can make quite good returns in the crypto space as you continue learning. So that's all for today. I don't know whether, Louis, you have any parting shot.
Okay, I think that was good. Very, I mean, detailed. Everything is. I mean, for us, it's our joy to give you this content every single day, every weekend, so at least you don't get to bother really overthink things, but just to give you a summary. But all in all, it's up to you. Keep learning, keep getting educated. There's a whole bright future out there in terms of cryptocurrency, and where you start is from where you are. Don't bite too much. Don't also put in too little. Just as per your comfort. So I think that is all I wanted to share. If there's any question, I think I've asked on the chat. If there's any question, any burning question that you may want us to talk about briefly, and also if you have any topic in mind, you can also always post it. Then we can do our own research as you know usually do, and then give you an unbiased take on it. So remember, we're not really selling anything. We're not promoting anything. We're just trying to give or offer what is smart, what is basically what we see fit based on where we are sitting. So thank you. And if there's no question, let me just pass the hosting rights to Laura. Also, actually is. So yeah, thank you, and see you next Saturday.
So great. Just want to wish you a warm, blessed Saturday. God bless you. God bless your businesses. God bless everything you intend to do. Let's keep learning. Let's keep adding knowledge. Cryptocurrency is here to stay. Blockchain is here to stay. Like I always say, crypto is like email to internet. So we're going to see a whole lot of other features coming on blockchain. It will be used for so many other use cases. You'll have so many other use cases. So it's good, even if you're not coming to crypto, just broaden your knowledge in terms of blockchain adoption and where it's heading. So God bless you all. It was a pleasure hosting you. Let's see you all next Saturday for Bitcoin 101. Have a great weekend.